Articles. Although they often appear online, whether in the digital form of a refereed journal or simply as additional web content, articles play a different role than blogs and web pages. While blogs update and web pages inform, articles deepen and broaden a profession's knowledge base. Articles can simultaneously serve as educational, marketing, and trust-building tools, like other higher-quality web content. But articles are not primarily for the web surfer. They are instead for the researcher, for someone who needs and is looking for a deeper dive on a specific topic. The researcher may be another professional in the same profession as the article's author, or the researcher may be a consumer, client, or deeply curious soul. Whatever the reader's role and motivation, an article gives the reader the deeper pool of thought and analysis into which to dive. Articles don't just share information. They also analyze, giving the rationale and other workings behind and beneath the information. Respect article writing and your opportunity to fill the pool for those deeper dives. Professionals. Writing articles is a required or helpful task in any number of roles and professions. Copywriters, content writers, technical writers, ghostwriters, columnists, commentators, and web strategists, all in writing professions, and other professionals whose primary role is to practice some other profession, all write articles. Professionals commonly writing articles include lawyers, judges, medical researchers, engineers, accountants, bankers, psychologists, counselors, social workers, teachers, administrators, leaders, pastors, and those in business. They do so to develop their own knowledge, insights, and expertise, to promote their fields, to advance the practices of others in their fields, and to promote their own reputation for insight. Professionals who write articles about their field, on the side, out of their own time, or as an accepted part of their hands-on practice, become educators and leaders in their field and broader communities by doing so. No matter your profession, consider writing articles about your field. A profession exercises specialized knowledge and expertise. Contribute to that knowledge and expertise by writing articles. Purposes? The above paragraphs have already shared the primary purpose of an article, which is to broaden, deepen, and share specialized knowledge, whether medical, legal, financial, technical, practical, or otherwise. Specialized knowledge means things that are beyond the ready reach of the lay or other general reader. An article's purpose is to make an expert out of the non-expert, or at least to show the non-expert that the subject involves deeper expertise. You may, for instance, find articles not just on the paint to purchase and apply for marine uses, which would be little more than marketing web content, but also how, chemically, the paint's properties meet marine challenges, along with the particular issues the painter would need to address to ensure the paint's performance. Articles explain underlying qualities, issues, and processes, so that the reader researching the article's subject comes away better able to perform a peculiar practice involving a greater degree of expertise than a layperson holds. Beyond that fundamental purpose, unusual if not unique to articles, articles can also market, sell, build brands, build trust, earn reputation, and so on, across the several purposes for which we commonly use other forms of writing. Audiences. As the prior paragraph has just indicated, articles may seek to serve only their professional audience. Virtually no one reads a medical study other than medical researchers, physicians, and medical policymakers. Likewise, virtually no one reads law journal articles other than lawyers, judges, and legal policymakers. Yet writers often face the task and opportunity to produce articles for a broader or different audience than the article subject's associated profession. Articles for the profession's customers or clientele are an example. See, for instance, the popular materials that famous hospitals and large health insurers and systems publish for medical patients. Those articles may be summaries or simplified abstracts of scholarly articles published in refereed medical journals, dumbed down, if you will, for the lay reader. Professionals write articles not just for their own profession and those clients and patients whom they directly serve, but also for policymakers and to influence the public. The audience for whom you write your article can make a vast difference in the readability level, structure, content, and pitch or angle toward which you write your article. Know your audience. Topics. The authors of scholarly articles choose their topics primarily to advance knowledge. Refereed journals publish articles based primarily on that factor, whether the article advances the profession's knowledge on a current issue of significance to the profession or public. Thus, your choice of topic for a scholarly article may be the single most important factor in whether you get the article accepted and published in a reputable journal. Do substantial topic research before committing to an article topic. Do not waste your time writing an article the topic of which other articles have already addressed. Journals don't publish preempted articles. Indeed, beware writing on a hot topic that other authors of greater prominence may be simultaneously addressing. You may have other journals and authors preempt your topic when you're already well into or through it. Articles written for general consumption for website publishing, rather than to advance the profession's state of its art and science in a refereed journal, may address any current topic of interest, whether or not preempted. Website owners and editors generally look for so-called hot topics, meaning those issues currently in the public consciousness. Co-authors. Authors of scholarly articles often entertain co-authors. Their reasons for doing so may be to broaden and deepen the expertise that the article will reflect. If you don't know everything that you need to know to write a scholarly article, then recruit a more knowledgeable co-author. Junior authors often do the grunt work of researching and writing, while senior authors develop the special insight, guide the process, and use their reputation to help gain article publication. Articles written for general consumption don't generally require the deeper or broader level of expertise that co-authors would bring, but you may nonetheless desire a co-author for your general consumption article, especially if you don't know the area well enough to be confident in the technical matters that you express. As a professional writer, you may also ghostwrite articles for general consumption published on websites, without any author credit, or with credit to the professional for whom you write the article, who chose the topic, and who guided and edited your writing. Don't ghostwrite for scholarly journals. Doing so may violate publication credit conventions. Authority. Articles typically cite and rely on authority. Specialized technical knowledge advances based on its general acceptance within the profession. You don't publish scholarly articles on cockamamie theories. Your article, if published for a journal or primarily for professionals accustomed to looking for your authority, thus needs to show that you have grounded your article in the accepted theory. Every significant assertion that your article makes may need you to cite your authority, whether in another article or study, or in laws, rules, regulations, treatises, or other authoritative materials, for making that assertion. Scholarly articles published in print journals typically use footnotes to cite published authority. The number, content, format, and quality of your footnotes can go a long way toward determining whether a journal accepts your article for publication. Website articles published for general consumption may use footnotes or may instead link directly to sources. Learn the conventions and expectations for how you handle authority in your article. You won't generally gain publication without demonstrating expertise in your use of authority. Structure. A common structure for an article is to first state the issue, problem, policy question, or other unresolved tension the article intends to address. The statement of the issue lets the reader know whether they've found the right article to read. The issue statement also ensures that the article will focus on the issue's analysis and resolution. The issue statement should also include sufficient context to explain how the issue arises and what significance the issue holds for the profession, field, or reader. The article's next section generally addresses the current authority or state of the art or science, as it may address the issue. The article then analyzes how that authority recommends the issue's resolution, whether, for instance, by option A, B, or C. That analysis may be from a predictive or instrumental stance, such as option A will likely produce the best results, or may be from a financial, philosophical, moral, aesthetic, or other stance. The article's final section states the conclusion. Adopt this structure or another logical structure for your reader to follow. Drafts. Articles, especially scholarly articles in refereed journals, may go through several drafts. For a scholarly article, you may write a first draft, share it with associates, produce a second draft incorporating their comments, share it with a mentor, produce a third draft incorporating the mentor's comments, submit it for publication, receive a conditional acceptance if you revise the article as the editorial board recommends, produce a fourth draft meeting the publication conditions, and then go through subsequent drafts in the editing process. If you're not up to laboring over your article over an extended period, with periodic gaps when others are reviewing or editing it, then don't plan on scholarly publication. By contrast, you may produce only a single version of an article you write for general consumption under website publication. You may need to submit your completed scholarly article in a specific format within a specific time frame, while completing a submission questionnaire, and then wait for weeks or months for an answer. The response may be a rejection, acceptance for a current edition of the journal, acceptance for a future edition of the journal for which you must wait, or conditional acceptance requiring your article's revision. Gaining publication in a premier refereed journal may also be more political, involving who authored the article and their professional reputation and associations, than merit-based.